There are times when you feel like you're constantly there for others, always ready to help, listen, and support them. You might go out of your way to be a good friend, partner, or family member, always available when they need you. But what happens when they start taking you for granted? What if, despite all your efforts, they barely notice your presence? You may start feeling like you're invisible, like your actions don't matter. That's when the idea of stepping away can become a powerful lesson for them and for you. Taking a step back can feel difficult, even selfish. You might worry about leaving people behind or feel guilty for not being there all the time. But stepping away doesn't mean you don't care about them. In fact, it's the opposite. It's a way to show that relationships should be balanced. If they've come to expect you to always be there, no matter what, they might have lost sight of what you truly bring to their lives. In your absence, they'll finally see just how much you contributed, and that realization can bring new clarity and respect. When you're always around, others can begin to take your kindness and reliability for granted. They might assume you'll always pick up the phone, drop everything to help, or listen without judgment. Over time, they may start seeing these things as guaranteed rather than as the gifts they really are. But when you step away, it can create a noticeable gap in their lives. Suddenly, the friend who always had the right words, the partner who always listened, or the family member who always offered support isn't there. This gap can force them to acknowledge how much you added to their life and to realize that relationships don't just happen, they require effort and appreciation from both sides. Stepping back can be a way of setting boundaries and taking care of yourself. Constantly giving without receiving can leave you feeling drained, used, or even resentful. When you take time for yourself, you create space to focus on your own needs, rediscover what makes you happy, and remind yourself of your own value. This can be an incredibly empowering experience, giving you the chance to see that your worth isn't tied to how much you do for others. While you're away, you might find that some people miss you almost immediately, reaching out and expressing their appreciation. But others might not notice right away, or even at all. This can be painful, but it's also a valuable lesson. If someone doesn't notice or doesn't care that you're gone, it's a sign that perhaps they weren't valuing you the way you deserved. Sometimes people don't realize the depth of someone's presence until it's missing. In these moments, they're forced to face the reality of what they lost and perhaps begin to regret taking you for granted. When they do reach out, and many people will, it's a chance to have a genuine conversation about the relationship. They might say they miss you, apologize, or express regret for not appreciating you sooner. Listening to their words is important, but it's equally important to pay attention to their actions. Are they willing to make changes? Are they ready to start valuing the relationship as much as you do? Words can be comforting, but actions show true intentions. If they truly understand, they'll be willing to invest in the relationship in a more balanced way, showing their appreciation not just through apologies, but through consistent care and respect. Your absence can be a powerful lesson for them. It may teach them that genuine relationships require give and take, where both people contribute to each other's lives. They may start to realize that relationships are not about convenience or comfort, but about mutual respect and care. In this realization, they may begin to see that they need to invest as much as you have, that they need to be as willing to listen, support, and sacrifice as you have been. But not everyone will have this realization. Some people may not be able to change, or they might only want you back out of habit, without any real intention of valuing you. They might apologize and say the right things, hoping to slip back into old patterns where you're always there for them without expecting anything in return. If that's the case, it's essential to recognize that not everyone deserves a place in your life. If they aren't willing to make the effort, it may be time to focus on the people who genuinely appreciate you and are willing to support you in the same way you support them. During your time away, prioritize self-care. Spend time doing things that bring you joy, that make you feel alive and fulfilled. Connect with people who genuinely appreciate you and make an effort to be there for you. This period of self-reflection can help you grow, heal, and remember that you don't need others to validate your worth. By focusing on yourself, you build the strength to recognize and cultivate healthier, more balanced relationships in the future. And when you do reconnect with those who missed you, be open to change. If they've learned to appreciate your worth, it can lead to a stronger, more meaningful bond. They may come back with a deeper understanding of the role you play in their life and be more committed to treating you with the respect and care you deserve. However, if they haven't changed, you'll have the clarity to make the choice that's best for you. Ultimately, your absence creates an opportunity for growth, not only for the people who took you for granted, but also for yourself. It's a chance to redefine what you want from your relationships and to find people who will truly value you. In your absence, they'll finally see. They'll see your value, your kindness, and how much better their lives were with you in them. And when they do, you can decide whether to welcome them back, but only if they've learned the importance of your presence. You deserve to be surrounded by people who uplift you, who see your worth, and who value what you bring to their lives. Remember, you're not just a convenience or an afterthought. You are worthy of love and respect. And sometimes stepping away is the only way to make sure they finally see just how much you matter.